Hello there, Timmy Talkers. Good afternoon. Welcome to today's show. Today I'm going to talk about humour and the differences that people have in what they find funny. Now, there's a comedy show in the 60s and 70s and early 80s called In Sickness and in Health. The main character now is a figurehead called Alf Garnett. He was considered misogynistic and racist and homophobic. In every interview that the main actor did, Warren Mitchell his name was, he said he wasn't laughing at different ethnic groups, sexual preferences or women. He was taking the mickey out of people exactly like that, who did take the mickey out of differences. There's nothing inherently funny about any protected stereotype. The only thing that is funny is the way people react to it, and that's just a real shame. I'm not a particular fan, I'm not a big fan of Joe Brand or Sarah Millican. Not because they're women, because I don't find them, that's not my particular brand of humour. What I do find funny is Monty Python's Flying Circus. Very, very odd. I haven't met many women who like it, so I think it's, again, that could be a stereotype, I could be in trouble for that. But in all honesty, I haven't met many women who do enjoy watching it. And that just highlights the differences. That doesn't mean that Monty Python's wrong or Sarah Millican and Joe Brand are wrong. Of course it doesn't mean that. It's just not my cup of tea. If I had 100 jokes and 100 people sitting in an audience and each one of those jokes offended a different person, would that mean I would have to stop telling all the jokes? Of course it wouldn't. Because 99 people found the rest of the jokes funny at every turn. So to quote Ricky Gervais, just because you're offended does not mean you're right. You have no right to be offended. What you've got a right to do is not enjoy it, and what you've got a right to do is not listen to it anymore. Example, my sister-in-law was here just now. Lovely, beautiful, she is. Polish, she is. So if there's anyone on the telly, anybody from another country, I always say, what are they saying? And she goes, oh, I don't know. I said, well, they're speaking foreign, the same as you do. That obviously does not mean that I think everyone who's not English is speaking the same language, but clearly some people get very offended at that, and I just find that really, really sad for them. A doctor I know, every time I saw her, I used to laugh. And every time she said, what are you laughing at now, Tim? I said, I just can't go over it. Lady doctors, whatever next. Am I really saying that women can't be doctors, or am I taking the mickey out of people who may think that? Of course not. I've got an ENT consultant. She's a Romanian woman. I mean, good grief. Most people would have a meltdown at that, wouldn't they? But no, she's splendid. And I think she's lovely. Carry-on films, very divisive. I don't see how they can. If you look at it, you've got elderly men lusting after younger women. Of course, that's a fantasy, and it's ridiculous. And the women always have the upper hand on the men. So really, they're mocking the main characters. The main characters aren't sex predators. The main characters are ridiculous. That's the point of it. Anyway, so the basis of what I'm trying to say is, if you find something funny, and it's not deliberately vicious, and not deliberately attacking somebody because of a particular thing, rather than a broad general statement, just enjoy it and laugh at it. If you find it funny, it's funny to you. You might be the only one who does find it funny, but that doesn't mean everyone else has to toe the line to your rules. But on the end note of this, I'm just about to present to you the funniest thing in the history of ever, which 20 times a day is funny, and it will never stop being funny. So if you just close your eyes for a second, everybody. Not if you're driving, obviously. Again, that could be construed as not being funny, because that's taking the mickey out of car accidents, isn't it? But if you just close your eyes and think of somebody bending over and listen to this. Hilarious. Every single time. I used to have one of these in my pocket at work, but unfortunately it's deemed offensive, so I don't blow it anymore. Fortunately, when people come round and they pick something off the floor, I blow it and they nearly fall over laughing, much as I do, because it's just great. Today's song choice is, it's going to be You Shook Me All Night Long by AC/DC, because it's just a really happy classic rock song. Don't listen to them doing it now, though. Apparently it doesn't sound as good as it used to. Anyway, take care, Timmy Talkers, and see you tomorrow. Enjoy the sun.